was going to show you on the TV this movie I'm watching, and it was has Doris Day in it. The previous scene, there's these coal trains. Anyway, I saw one of my uncles today, and he made a mention of coal carvings that he's seen artists do, and he thought they were pretty cool because they were very, he said he was surprised, that you get all that out of a carving from, What do they say? For Christmas, we'll get you a lump of coal, right? If you act naughty, if you're too wicked, okay? So you guys know I have this advent calendar, and so I've been sharing it as the days go by. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it because we're on day 4 of Advent. Okay, so that looks like we are over here in the corner. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this one open here. Hopefully I don't knock the whole thing over in the process. Munchkinland's famous tulip fair. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. It's like a little notebook that you can carry with you. The other day was that pencil. So this is a little notebook. Maybe you can take notes as you look upon the tulips. They do that in Holland, right? In the Netherlands, there's a tulip fair of the Dutch. There's somewhere over in Iowa also. They have the Pella, I believe. Pella, Iowa. They do the tulip festival. So it's funny, like, look at that, because the next one, well, not the next one, but 19 is that same color. Watch it. All right, I'm going to try not to be negative. Okay. Try not to be a negative now. Okay. Anyway, day 4 of Advent, y'all. All right. Some of you might have Advent calendars where you open it and there's like a little candy inside, or maybe it's, a verse or a hymn or something of that nature, okay? This is the Advent calendar that I have, and it arrived in time, so I was very happy to be able to share it with you on the channel. And I'm going to go ahead and do the romance angels. Hello in the chat. If you are in the chat today, please do like the video, be kind to others. Remember, you do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video, okay? So, all right. Getting that Exodus song, the Bob Marley. It's kind of a good groove. I've been thinking about tropical areas recently just because it's, decided to get cold where we're at. So anyway, yeah, some people might be making their winter exodus to their place in Florida or Arizona or wherever, right? Some fancy thing, right? True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Maybe you're gathered around the fire. Maybe you're gathered around with your loved one, your true love, okay? So that's a nice way to start a reading. So, and number 4 is a nice even number, okay? So that might be significant for somebody as well. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life, okay? So this person could be a true love, maybe currently your addictions. What are those? It's easy to point out addictions of others, but, maybe we're not codependent on a person. Maybe we're codependent on, too much working. Work needs me, blah, blah, right? Or, my kids need me. I have to be there to sort out everything, right? people don't necessarily think of, those as being addictions, but that is literally what codependency is. Okay, it's that deep enmeshment, right? Versus people that say, oh, well, they have a dependency on alcohol, they have a dependency on this. Well, if you don't properly heal from that, sometimes that transfers over, and then people become, fixers and helpers and overgivers, right? So, you could have somebody who's ready to receive love from you, but yet here you are doing something else that's impacting that, it's saying, okay? So maybe with that notebook, it's time to start observing a little bit. Maybe jot down your thoughts. If you are somebody that needs to, you know, kind of challenge these notions, right? We've passed Thanksgiving, so the time for us being grateful, right? So now that we are grateful for those things, it's like, what maybe are we relying on that we don't really need to rely on, right? Like, did I really need to call so and so before I made that decision? Or, you know, because it's like, you're not at work anymore, so you don't need to check in with the boss. Like, you are the boss at home. Right? Things like that, okay? Soulmate. Look at that. Yes, this is your soulmate. So this person that you're with could be your soulmate. If you thought it was true love and you're like, this is pretty good, and you're like, yeah, but in the past, maybe we've had the codependent relationships. But, that doesn't mean that, you can't heal that while you're with somebody. Okay, so that's part of what makes somebody your soulmate, is because they're like walking the walk with you. Okay, kind of like a kindred spirit. Okay, it's like that person just understands, has an innate understanding for your experience in a way that somebody else maybe does not, because let's face facts, not all true love, because it can always start out very innocently. Not all true love turns into a soulmate, but sometimes it does, right? Okay. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay. So for somebody, the codependency could be the self-sabotage, right? And be like, oh, it's not this person. It's got to be somebody else, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is saying you've already met the person. Like, you can stop looking. You know what I mean? Like, how somebody's like, well, I have to go to this, retreat with this group in order to meet these people so that I know that then I'll meet the right person. No. Trust me, if you've gone to those links, you've probably already met somebody suitable. Okay, so right, so it's just, are you going to be walking at the same time, right? And that might require you to let go of some things. Okay, all right. But again, it's saying this could be the one. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, so again, with the overworking thing I mentioned earlier, you could be like, look, I'm really focused on my career. I don't have time for dating. I don't have time for blah, blah, blah. Well, what if this was the one? Like, what's one date going to hurt you? Don't you have to eat anyway? And if it's a proper date, then they should be taking you to eat somewhere, right? You know what I mean? Like, dating is supposed to be an escape from the home life, right? Like, don't be advertising the married life when you're just merely dating, right? Okay. But somebody who's going to understand, what that's going to look like afterwards for you, that's the soulmate, right? And if you're too hung up on this, that, and the other, then you might miss that, right? So I think that's why it came out in the reading here where it says this could be the one. Okay. Alrighty, so yeah, take some notes. On the bottom it says express your love. You know, we're had the Munchkinland's famous tulip fair, you know, maybe expressing your love of, you know, gardening, of cooking, of how, you know, so and so smells, or how their hair looks, or, you know what I mean, when you see them, you know, things of that nature, right? When you start thinking in those terms, then it's much easier to think about things that you can be grateful for, including how you're able to do that for yourself and presenting yourself. Okay. Alrighty. I will chat with you all later. Thank you for joining. Until next time, please do manifest wisely. Oh my, Dora stays on the train now. Anyway, be safe out there, and make sure your lump of coal is expertly designed. Bye bye.